hour number 2 here on The Herd. Jason McIntyre in for Colin Cowherd. We have a special guest, legendary Rams receiver Torrey Holt, stopping by in the studio in 5 minutes. First, you need to let me cook on this Bronny nepotism, Rich Paul nonsense. Alex, I'm going to try to contain myself because I'm getting worked up.
You've been teasing this now for a bit. Top of the show, after the first segment. There's a time where, like, the nepotism, I think, actually works in your advantage. This could be one of those cases.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
So there was a report yesterday from the former GM of the Warriors, Bob Myers, architect of the Splash Brothers Warriors championship run. And he came out during the second round of the draft and said, Rich Paul, LeBron's guy at Clutch, is calling teams and saying, do not draft Bronny James. He will go to Australia and play basketball in the NBL. And oh my gosh, how could he do that? So, geez, that is so wrong of him to try to steer his client somewhere. Oh, really? Like that's never happened before? Come on. I literally have a list of a billion guys who have done this. We could go NFL. Do you want to go NFL? Do you remember Eli Manning? Anyone? Anyone remember Eli Manning? Coming out of the draft. Chargers, #1 pick. We're taking Eli Manning. He's a Manning. He was good at Ole Miss. Eli Manning's dad comes out, don't draft my son. He ain't going to play for you guys. Huh? Yeah, he doesn't want to play there. You're a rotten franchise. I don't know if rotten was the word he used. Probably a little harsher. And so, guess what? Chargers couldn't draft Eli. They have to do the trade. It worked out for both teams, although the Giants ended up winning Super Bowls. Chargers didn't quite with Rivers. Guy by the name of John Elway. You guys want to read about that? Google is your friend. This happens in the NBA. Kristaps Porzingis. I'm a Knicks fan, okay? 2015 draft rolls around. Sixers at 3. We want Porzingis. Hey, Porzingis, can you give us your medicals? No, you can't have them. Huh? No, we don't want to go to Philadelphia. They would not share Porzingis' medicals with Philly. They wouldn't work out for Philly. Sixers, what do they have to end up doing? Okay, I guess we'll draft Jahlil Okafor, who had just won a chip with Duke. And Okafor, obviously a good player at the time, didn't pan out for him quite in the NBA, but they couldn't draft him because his group, his camp, did not want him going there. Folks, this happens all the freaking time. So settle down on trying to crush Bronny for going to the Lakers and go after Rich Paul for steering Bronny to play with his dad. Do I need to remind you guys of what happened with Kyrie Irving at the end in Cleveland? So Kyrie and LeBron, obviously they won the amazing championship in 2016, coming back from down 3-1. They were tremendous. And then they get smoked the next year when Kevin Durant shows up. And Kyrie gets wind that LeBron is not happy and he's probably going to be leaving at the end of his deal. So Kyrie Irving goes to the Cavs. This is all documented. I'm not just off the cuff here. Hey, guys, trade me, okay? If you don't trade me, I'm going to have surgery and sit out the season. Kyrie Irving told the Cavs that. Cavs, well, we got to do something. So they end up trading him to Boston. And you remember a package for Isaiah Thomas and some dudes, whatever. Like, guys want to play in certain places. This happens all the time. Now we're talking about the 55th overall pick in the draft, and there's selective outrage. I'm going to call it faux outrage because it's LeBron's son and Rich Paul steering his client to the Lakers at 55. Now, it's unclear exactly who was threatening to take Bronny. Was it the Celtics at 54? Hey, we're gonna get your guy. We're gonna take Bronny. We're gonna get him. And then you have to pay up if you want him. Well, like, is this a ransom? Is this a hostage situation? The Lakers are gonna do their best to get Bronny on the court, keep him on the roster, keep him out of the G League, get him to play with his dad. It's a historical moment in the NBA. What's so wrong with that? I'll just repeat what I said in the first hour. A lot of folks just don't like LeBron James. LeBron could say, the sky is blue today. No, what are you talking about? It's not. It's green blue. People just don't like LeBron. Anything he says. Now, this could date back to the decision. This could have to do with, I don't know, politics, whatever it is. They just don't like him, so they're freaking out. I'm just telling you guys, stand down, settle down, and enjoy the moment. This is going to be historical stuff next season when LeBron and his son join forces in L.A. All right, let's welcome in our guest, former NFL wide receiver. He starred with the Rams. The greatest show on turf, Torrey Holt. There he is.
Yes, sir.
Played with Kurt Warner.
How you doing, Jason?
Marshall Faulk, great to see you.
Good
Isaac
seeing you.
Bruce.
Yes.
Ooh, a lot of good NFL topics. First of all, how's the offseason been for you? What's your vibe here on the NFL currently? All the landscape changing almost every day.
Man, it's been cool. I do a show during the year with Solomon Wilcox on Sirius XM. And then once the season is over, Super Bowl, everything's over, I kind of take a step back, but I kind of keep my eyes on what's happening. My son just graduated college, so shout out to my son, Braden.
That's awesome.
From NC State. He's an engineer. My daughters are playing soccer, and my oldest daughter is working towards her career now. So watching the kids grow and do their thing. My wife and I, shout out to my wife too, by the way. We're celebrating our anniversary today, our 22nd anniversary.
And you're coming on TV on your anniversary?
Yeah.
Dude, come on.
But no, that's kind of what's been going on in the offseason, and then seeing all the changes in the National Football League. I know we're going to talk about the Rams, but seeing my guy Aaron Donald retire.
Yeah.
Big shouts out to AD.
Were you surprised?
True Ram. I wasn't. I think if you watched his body language the year before, then this year, though he gives you max effort. It was just, just watching him and how he moved around, and then to see him exit the game. I was happy for him. Well deserved, a Hall of Fame career for sure.
So from a football perspective, the greatest defensive player on the Rams is now gone.
Yeah.
Okay. He commanded double teams, triple teams. What does this do to the secondary, the pass rush?
Yeah.
Is this the Rams defense? Should we expect them to fall off a cliff?
No, I don't think so. I think the expectations are the same. I think that's Sean McVay's message. They have a new coordinator in Shula, but Sean McVay has to manage so many things, players being plucked, but also coaches being plucked year in and year out. But they continue to do a really good job of drafting and developing players. Kobe Turner's got to be good, got to be better. He had a heck of a rookie season. He's got to be better. Brown's got to be better. They got 2 rookies from Florida State, Fisk, as well as Jared Verse, who has to step up. Now, no one replaces Aaron Donald. Collectively, though, these guys have to play at a very high level. And what I love about this Rams young front, they're all drafted. They drafted these guys that they're playing. Again, showing you confidence that they have in their players, and then their players delivering.
Now, I've never been in a Rams huddle, but I can pretty much say with some certainty that Jalen Ramsey was a leader when he was there, and Aaron Donald was the leader when he was there. So that's a massive void to fill. Like, how do they do that? Can one guy do it? Can multiple?
I think that happens as the season goes, as they continue going through the summer, as they get into training camp. I think the leader will continue to identify itself. And this football team is smart enough to go to rock with their leader. Like you mentioned, Aaron Donald has been their guy for so long. He led them on and off the football field. But someone else on the defensive side of the football field will emerge as their leader. We know offensively with Cooper Kupp and Puka and Matthew Stafford how they'll be. Someone defensively will emerge.
All right, let me get to my guy Aaron Rodgers. I'm a Jets fan. Listen, you were in the NFL for a long time.
Yeah.
Rodgers allegedly disappeared to Egypt or wherever during mandatory camp.
Yeah.
He's the leader of the team, the captain. Can you recall a time when your quarterback was just not?
Never. Look, I get it. He's a fantastic player, fantastic leader. Unless it was something family-driven that we haven't really heard, that's the only way I'm missing camp. That's the only way that I'm missing camp. With the expectations that are on the Jets, it's win championships because of a big part of it. Because Aaron Rodgers is on the roster. They revamped their offensive line. They got talent on the perimeter. They got Breece Hall in the backfield. Mandatory minicamp is when it all starts. It's when the coach steps in there and says, "Here is where we're going. Here is what we're trying to accomplish." And your main guy is not there. Certainly a cause of concern for me. It would be eating me up if I'm not in minicamp with my teammates. Like, I can't even stomach that. The only time that I miss some training camp time is when I was holding out for my contract in St. Louis, and it was eating me then. But I had to make my stance because I was trying to get my bread. So this is totally, for me, unacceptable. Aaron Rodgers already knows that the pressure is on, but the message that I think that it's sending to your teammates is that I'm still a little bit above everyone. And then I think too, the coaching staff and the organization is allowing it to happen as well.
Well, yeah, remember when the owner jumps on a private jet to go recruit Rodgers, he feels like he's got the run of the show. I'll bring in Hackett to my OC. I'll bring in all these guys. And then he's like, I'm going to blow off minicamp. What are you going to do about it?
Nah, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't think it's acceptable. Again, Aaron Rodgers would have the answer to why